Welcome to the Van Conen Sessions, where our opinions may vary, but our God-given rights are forever merged into liberty and justice for all.
I feel the light shine through the window. I hear the wind blow through the trees. Today's the only one I live for.
Here we are, guys, back at it. We missed a week, may miss another week, maybe next week. We're going to figure out what we can do as I begin my travels south, Tina and I. This sessions, we're going to discuss the man, myth, and legend Elvis Presley. For those of you that are fans of his, if you're not, that's your problem. Anyway, so Bret and I, we welcome everyone, and thanks for tuning in.
Absolutely.
Our followers are growing slowly but surely. And where are we going? Effing nowhere.
Nowhere.
So, there you go. Thanks for tuning in again. So Bret and I decided to do this show, the podcast on Elvis, because I think it's been about a decade or so. I found a book. I don't even remember where I got it. So the book, Bret's got his copy. I actually loaned mine out. It's called If I Can Dream, Elvis' own story. And I'll let you tell the authors there, Bret.
It is by Larry Geller and Joel Spector with Patricia Romanowski, which is kind of funny because
Right.
Romanowski.
I had a great friend,
Different
Ron
story,
Romanowski. Rest in peace, my brother.
Yes.
Yeah, so that book, I think it's been about 10 years since I first purchased it, wherever I found it, or I found it somewhere. And I
think it was a garage sale.
I'm pretty sure. And I had let Bret read it, and of course we both like just blown back by it. So, and this guy spent, I think all in all, 14 to maybe 20 years with Elvis.
Yeah, I think.
Larry
about
Geller,
right.
and he's actually still with us, man. Very intriguing. I think he's like 85 now, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I was looking them up and I forgot to take some notes, but yeah, that sounds about right. 85, 86, somewhere in
Yeah.
there.
So I've got lots of notes and things to go over here, and obviously Elvis was an amazing musician. He was an amazing person overall, and so this book just brings it out. And if you get a chance to read this book, I mean, it's just fantastic. It really is. It's a real tearjerker. Obviously, Elvis struggles. Elvis is a human like the rest of us. He struggles with, unfortunately, he struggled with addiction, but it was prescription addictions that. We'll get into all that. So I'm gonna just kind of start out and give you a little bit here. I got a lot of notes, and whether I read them all or not, I probably will because it's really important. And I'd love for everyone to get feedback from you. And if you can find this book, I don't think it's in print anymore. We can't find it. We found it used, both of us, again.
Yeah.
Not getting rid of it again.
Yeah, definitely not. I've already had a friend ask to borrow it, and I'm like, sorry, but you might have to find your own copy because I've been there and done that.
Right. So Elvis, born Elvis Aaron, Aaron, later corrected to double Aaron Presley, was born on January 8th, 1935, to Gladys Love Smith Presley and Vernon Elvis Presley in East Tupelo, Mississippi. He was a twin. His brother Jesse, named after Vernon's father, Jesse D. McClowell, or J.D. Presley, Garin Presley, was stillborn one half hour prior to Elvis. Elvis grew up in extreme poverty, for those that didn't know. In the spring of 1938, his father, Vernon, was sentenced to 3 years in prison for forging a check. His mother, Gladys, was forced to go on welfare. He loathed the memories of his penury such that he did not like to see anyone around him in blue jeans. Elvis once said, "What do you think I worked so hard for? To get the hell out of those ugly-ass overalls. It's embarrassing for me to even see them." You know, so
Not that you'll ever have the chance, but if you did, don't wear jeans around Elvis.
Right,
Blue jeans.
exactly. Yeah, he did not like them. And you'll find a lot of other. Well, we'll be sharing these notes here. There's a lot of things that I think, obviously, toward the end, there's going to be a lot of people that didn't know what we're going to expose here. That
Right.
thankfully was exposed by Larry and the doctors back then. Um, Elvis was 9 or 10 when his parents bought him his first guitar. His first and deepest love was the music of his church. He learned to move freely in church, watching others dance. He said, "I just did what came natural, what they taught me. God is natural." Elvis read often and loved comic books, especially Captain Marvel. One fall, and this is, I took a bunch of notes, so I'm kind of just going through them, and so we can discuss some things about it. And hopefully, you guys will be intrigued enough to buy out every used book there is out there, because it is, like I said, it's a very intriguing story, and it's a real tearjerker.
Agreed.
Just sad because it really exposes what a great person he was, not only in his talents, but just as a human being. Um, let's see, excuse me, just got done working out some nasty insulation, so there you go.
You got a gorf in your throat.
Damn gorfs. One fall evening in 1948, the Presleys packed up their belongings and moved from Tupelo, Mississippi to Memphis, Tennessee. Elvis entered Humes High School in his sophomore year and graduated in 1953. He graduated 1 year before my dad was born. As Elvis sought his niche in music, he worked part-time jobs. His first hit, "That's All Right," a cover of the Arthur Crude Up Blues, was recorded on July 5th, 1954. And I put in the notes my dad was less than 2 months old. Just interesting, cool stuff. Elvis was a country star first. His band, the Blue Moon Boys, had number ones on Billboard's National Country Chart in 1955 with "Mystery Train" and "I Forgot to Remember to Forget Her." Interesting title, right?
Right.
Um,
That'll get you thinking.
I forgot to remember to forget her. There's a few of those over there.
Couple of those.
Might want to forget about over
You might want to, but
there. Right.
sometimes you can't.
Not always easy, you know.
Right.
I know you had started taking some notes too, and man, we've been busy, and unfortunately skipped last week's show, and I don't like doing that. I want to get this train rolling, but it's just been so busy, and obviously both of us, and I believe
Right.
you had a great day with the grandkids today. We would have done it again, but we just got so
Yeah.
much going on.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. I got Bret starting on his boxing training and um
Cool.
got him a new football and he's he freaking wheezes that thing, man.
He button hooked him, eh?
He fucking bottom milked him. Yeah, he definitely got an arm on him. I'm glad I got him the it's like a pro style football, but it's a miniature size, so it's
Oh, all right. So it's
like more fitting for him.
actually leather.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Yeah, it's a nice one.
Yeah,
But he was super excited.
he's a little tank, man. I tell you what, I tried to lift him up in a tree, and I was like, "Holy crap!" About shat myself.
Yeah,
he's a
he's
he's a
very solid.
he's a hunka boy
Boing
in
and
love.
love. That's how he'd say it too.
That's
And
great.
boing.
Let's see.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, I didn't really actually have too many written notes, just a lot of highlights.
Oh, right on.
But one of the highlights I had that I wanted to read was people think I'm lonely, but I love that lonesome feeling. I know what people will think. Yeah, Elvis is an old recluse like Howard Hughes. He's holed up in his house and he's a prisoner. Bullshit. I love my life. I wouldn't trade my position for anything or anyone. I've earned it. It's what I've wanted all my life. Actual Elvis quote for you.
Right on. Speaking of that, I forgot to get back with you. I don't know if you have, because you have quite a collection. Your grandmother was a big lover of Elvis. I know you. Do you have your
Yeah, I got quite
collection?
a few.
Anything that you can
Um,
just pop up into view, or
yeah, 1 second here.
all right.
Well, just out the way. Got
While
a
I'm
couple things.
while you're grabbing a couple of things, Elvis made his national television debut in January of 1956 on the Dorsey Brothers stage show. He became a millionaire within 9 months. That's amazing. Imagine becoming a millionaire within 9 months.
I mean, no, I couldn't.
I can sure try to imagine. He bought the 23-room mansion at Graceland in March of 1957. What you got over there?
So this here was one of Grandma's. It's called the Presley pack.
Okay,
It's some
VHS.
VHS tapes. I got another couple of VHS tapes, but that's that one collection. This is just a postcard, but I thought it was really cool. The viewers might think it's cool as well. It's a postcard, but it's a picture of Elvis and his parents.
Nice. Okay.
And then there's the complete 50s masters. Uh, there's a lot of kind of everything in here. But
Oh, is that
yeah,
is that CDs or is that
yep,
VHS?
there's some CDs in
Okay.
there, little booklet, another little postcard.
Nice.
Yeah, it's got some really cool stuff. Like I said, some CDs in there, um,
Very cool.
stamp type stuff. But yeah, those were Grammys. I've bought a couple things myself to add to the collection, but uh, that magazine is over there too. I should have grabbed that I sent you a picture of.
All right.
The
Uh,
Remembering Elvis.
Elvis received a draft notice in late '57 and was inducted into the Army in late March of '58. He lost his mother Gladys on August 14th of the same year. He served out his term of duty in West Germany and returned to civilian life in the spring of 1960. A lot of honor in that, man. He was,
And yeah,
you
didn't
know,
request any special treatment or nothing.
yeah. You know, sadly, I think that part of the reason this book was probably discontinued is because, as you read in that book, you know, I didn't look any further into it, but I know there was some people trying to write the book and make him out to be something. Obviously, he was
Yo,
not. You know.
yo.
Um,
Which I
oh,
feel like that probably happens to a lot of celebrities and
oh
living and,
yeah,
passed on.
definitely, definitely. Elvis was a voracious and careful reader. Elvis' good friend and spiritual advisor Larry Geller, which is the partial author, I think probably basically the author, but obviously with some help.
Right, just with some help and side
Yeah.
notes from, yeah. A lot
Um,
of it was from his personal diary.
yeah, yeah, because he decided to take notes, and then him and Elvis actually talked about him writing a book.
Yep.
Um, so his good friend and spiritual advisor Larry Geller and he shared many books over the years. Their favorite topics were ideas about religion, God, and man. Elvis could often be seen carrying his newest book and a dictionary. When it comes to religion, Elvis grew up in the First Assembly of God Church on um, an evangelical fundamentalist Pentecostal denomination. Um, and as much as he loved his church, he often said what the church thought about God, quote, hellfire and brimstone, as he called it, was wrong because it inspired fear of rather than love of God. Elvis remained a Christian, but somehow but he got into totally different spiritual teachings and stuff. And then,
Yeah.
of course, we'll get into his little deal out in the desert, I do believe here.
That's one of my favorite parts, definitely.
And he refers back to it several times.
Yeah.
See,
Like, whoa, Lawrence. I can hear it, I can hear
yeah,
Elvis. Whoa, Lawrence.
right,
What did we just witness, man?
right. Once
The hell
Elvis,
was that, man?
right. So on friendships, I got. So once Elvis befriended you, he might see your flaws, but he worked around them. He found good in each person and turned a blind eye to everything else. Now this is Larry's, basically some of Larry's notes. Many of Elvis employees believed they were Elvis' best friend because Elvis made people feel that way.
Right,
He
right.
was, I really don't understand all these
Open
numbers.
arms,
Yeah,
like open arms kind of guy. He could, like he had said, he could see he'd know your flaws, but he see past them. And
yeah, whatever he could help with. I mean, he'd give you money for down payment on a house or whatever it might be. He did a lot of things for a lot of people, and he was quite a joker too. He met Priscilla in August of 1959, 6 months before his return from active duty in Germany. She was 14, 10 years his junior. His dad didn't like talking about it. If you remember from the book. Anyways,
yeah, there was a lot of things that his dad was kind of
yeah,
didn't really like to open up or talk about too much. Seemed to me, from what Larry kind of explained.
bumper cars was his favorite ride at the fair. Those can be fun over there, but they got a little crazy in them suckers.
Them suckers.
Them suckers. He was a serious student of karate.
Yeah, I
Um,
like that. Very cool.
became beyond a black belt too. Um, yeah, boy, how
I
did
can
this?
I can see Elvis kicking some ass for sure. I know they talked about him having a temper,
Yep.
and
Oh yeah.
he owned firearms, so watch the flock out, man.
Right. Come up and don't let me unload
Mm.
on your ass over
Have you guys seen the
there.
new Elvis movie?
Have not. What is it called? Is it
It's
just
just called Elvis.
Elvis?
Oh man, it's really good, let me tell you.
Who does?
Uh,
Who plays Elvis?
the the guy's name is Austin Butler.
Hmm. Okay.
It's definitely, like I said,
We'll
a
have
lot
to.
of the living people, that were in his life and stuff said that they did really good with it. And Tom Hanks plays the Colonel.
Okay. We'll have to look into that
Mhm.
over the winter.
For
So
certain.
yeah, down a little further. Of course, I'm into where I can read it again. Thankfully, Elvis was a real giving person and philanthropist. He gave jewelry, cars, motorhomes, watches, motorcycles, clothing, etc. He often said the only good thing about having money is that you don't have to worry about it.
Right. Yeah.
Makes complete sense over there.
Yeah, it
Uh,
does though. Because there's a lot
uh,
of BS that comes with it too.
right. Yeah, I can't. I want the fortune and not the fame over
Oh, but yeah.
there. Yeah, I couldn't imagine some of the stuff he went through. Well, a lot of people, not any, but a lot of famous people do. Priscilla persuaded Elvis to take up horseback riding. Uh, he found a 163-acre ranch for sale. Uh, due to a 50-foot tall concrete cross in Mississippi in 1966. He purchased it and named it Circle 6 after Graceland. His purpose being to live, get out in nature and get away from the old routine more. Um, Turns out that the purchase was a bad choice. Within weeks, it became a tourist attraction, and whatever the cause, Elvis behavior started to change. He ate more than ever, and before long, had put on a good amount of weight. Oh boy, you could pack it away. We have something in common with Elvis over there.
Yeah, just a lot.
After a mishap in his bathroom, he was apparently assaulted from behind and a pretty severe head injury. He finally made the choice to marry Priscilla in late April of '67. That part in that book is like somebody did that on purpose.
Yeah. No shit though.
That's crazy. From '69 to '73, Elvis reclaimed much of the light and power of the '50s. Lisa Marie was born in February of '68. Elvis' only child. I don't know what she's doing these days. 68, so she's six years older than me.
I think Lisa Marie passed away, didn't she?
Did she? Was
I'm
she?
pretty sure his daughter passed away.
So
Let me double check that.
yeah, I never even really thought to check
Get in
in.
trouble over there, giving
Yeah,
false
see,
information.
not doing your homework, huh?
Yeah, I thought so. She passed away January 12th, 2023.
Really? You know,
I was actually at work when I found out. So
does it
yeah, I
say,
remember.
really? What did it say? What it was from, or what it was?
Let's see. Cardiac arrest. No
Wow.
shit, right?
Same as Tom Petty.
You
Hmm. Wow. I wonder what. That's crazy.
and I forgot, dude. She was married to Nicolas Cage
Oh, really? Was she?
at one point.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
She has.
2002 to 2004.
I believe she has a son, doesn't she? That looks like Elvis. I'm pretty sure that
Yes,
I
and
seen that
he
years ago somewhere.
he committed suicide.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I
Wow.
can't remember which son it was because she's got a couple kids, a few kids.
Oh, okay. Well, that's sad. So how
Uh,
old was she?
okay, it was Benjamin who passed away from suicide.
Wow.
He looked a lot like Elvis.
So Priscilla, see, you said 23 she passed away. So what? She would have been only, what, 53 or something?
54.
54. Okay. Wow. In February of 72, Priscilla left Elvis for Mike Stone, a karate instructor whom Elvis had introduced her to several years earlier. That's a bummer.
For real.
Elvis was a legitimate, gradually, somehow that's where my note, legitimate black belt. Um, Gradually his fingers became slightly gnarled and knotted from calcium deposits caused by minor fractures in the bones. 20 days after Elvis' 40th birthday, he checked into the hospital again and was diagnosed with an enlarged colon, extensive liver damage, and glaucoma. So yeah, I'm getting toward the end of the notes, and it's very unfortunate, man. He suffered hard.
Yeah.
He suffered horribly because as we get toward the end here, you realize what was going on was beyond. There was more to it,
What anyone thought, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I didn't even know until initially reading the book and then
yeah.
forgot until rereading the book.
I did remember that
Won't
part
forget
about it.
now.
Right. I did remember that part, and I've told people that, and every person I've ever told, they're like, really? And it's like
Yeah.
nobody knew
Little known.
it. All of the masters that were recorded prior to 73 were manager Parker. Parker sold them all of his masters prior to 73 for 5.4 flat fee of $5.4 million. Parker received 2.
Another thing about, go ahead, sorry.
I was just going to finish that. He said, it says Parker received 2.6 million and Elvis received 2.8 million. Man, that guy just freaking ripped them off. And
They show in that movie the dark side, man, of Colonel Parker, Tom Parker. There's so much shit that, like I said, in my opinion, there's really none other, like no other movie that I've seen about Elvis comes close to how good they did with this one. But um,
okay,
they definitely show the way he screwed him over. And I don't know how accurate some of the things are that were said, but I know that that temper I was talking about definitely shows in one of those scenes, and you're like, oh shit, And
right. By the fall of 76, Elvis became seriously ill. He started to hurt all over. He became covered in large dark bruises everywhere. His eating habits became self-destructive along with his drug addiction. So the we get to that. I mean, it's funny, but it's really not because he's eating a banana split for breakfast, right? And
yeah, get her done, buddy.
Larry Larry Geller witnessed the whole thing, and he about halfway through, he said, grinning with a boyish delight, "You'd better order me another." A few minutes later, the second dessert arrived: 3 large scoops of ice cream, flanked by banana halves on top with crushed pineapple, nuts, whipped cream, and a cherry, hot chocolate syrup. A few minutes into his second one, he exclaimed, "You'd better order me one more." then a third, then a fourth, then declared, "One more will finish me off." 5 banana splits the due date.
One
No.
more will finish me off, man. Are
Holy
you,
shite.
dude, can you move right now? Is the question.
Yeah, it was
I swear I can hear it, even though I've never like talked to Elvis, just hearing his voice in movies and his songs, you can hear him say, "One more, Lawrence, finish me off."
it's crazy, man. It's just crazy.
Like, listen, man, I think Elvis, you've had enough. No one's gonna tell Elvis that, man.
No.
You didn't tell Elvis nothing. He did what he wanted.
So there's so much, like I said, I really encourage anyone that's interested in Elvis to read that book if you can get a hold of it. It's just amazing.
Actually, even if you're not interested, I recommend reading it
Yeah, I mean,
because,
true that.
yeah, it's just incredible.
Um,
Good information.
because there's a lot there that I didn't share. Like I said, with the bruising in there, um, which we'll find out in the end here. But Elvis died on August 16th, 1977, of cardiac arrhythmia. He died in his bathroom clutching the book that Larry had given him the night before, The Scientific Search for the Face of Jesus, a book about the Shroud of Turin. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of that or know anything about it, but it's the burial cloth that Jesus was buried in. As far as I'm concerned, it's pretty legit. Um, so Larry, the
Would
last few
agree with that.
last few notes here. Larry recalls Elvis saying many times over the years, "I'm not afraid of death. Only the ignorant, the unenlightened person is afraid of death, and that's because they're afraid of living. People, man, they go to funerals and everyone wears black and everyone's crying. They should be rejoicing. The soul's free. The soul is going back to God, going home again." And so the last note here is, so those of you that didn't know, I guess maybe the biggest fans would, or maybe not. After his passing, the doctor told Elvis' dad, Vernon, "Mr. Presley, it's a good thing Elvis died the way he did because the end would have been horrible. He had cancer of the bone marrow. He had leukemia. That's why he was getting bruising all over and he hurt so bad. Very sad." And obviously, when you read the book, you get enlightened on all of the pain, Larry tells about, and he was just miserable in pain and just literally just hurt all over. Pretty sad.
It
So,
really is. Also, I don't. This kind of just like struck me as kind of crazy because, so according to Google, more about Lisa Marie because it just kind of was up after I looked. But it says, according to the autopsy report, Presley died from a small bowel obstruction caused by complications of a prior bariatric surgery. Now, doesn't that kind of sound very similar to her father?
yeah, that's crazy, really. Huh?
Yeah,
So
like,
I'm
oh,
sure,
that's
obviously,
eerie.
yeah, obviously she probably had similar issues,
Issues. Maybe it's a
Um,
hereditary thing.
right. Well, we definitely know you and I run in the family with some issues there with it. We can eat a
Just a
little bit, oh,
couple.
but
Yeah, just a, yeah, yeah.
we should have looked up hits. The guy had so many songs, it's beyond. He starred in 31 feature films as an actor and 2 theatrically released concert documentary films, all of which enjoyed financial success. For a number of years, he was one of Hollywood's top box office draws and one of its highest paid actors. His 2 most critically acclaimed films, Jailhouse Rock (1957) and King Creole (1958), have become classics of their era. His movies and concert films enjoy a healthy life today in television syndication. Some of his top-selling music came from his movies. 11 of his motion picture soundtracks went to the top 10, and of those, 4 went to number 1. The soundtrack for G.I. Blues, 1960, was number 1 on the Billboard Top 100 album chart for 10 weeks and remained on the chart for 111 weeks. I remember in the book, too, you remember him talking about the lady that was suicidal, and she said that he saved her.
Oh yeah. Shit.
So he said, if I saved one life, I've set out to do what
Yeah.
God wanted me to do. And he was very spiritual, man, and you know, like I said, you know, he was an infallible human. We all make mistakes. He wasn't perfect, but
Right.
he tried to be moral in everything that he did, and he wasn't. You know, the parties in Graceland were soda and chips, man. I mean, he wasn't a partier.
Straight up. Yeah.
You know,
Get the
um,
snacks, mom.
right? Um, yeah. So it's very interesting, very interesting. Um, he wouldn't been the he definitely didn't live the rock star lifestyle. Only
Right.
other than the fact that you know his lifestyle was obviously different because he didn't have to grocery shop, he didn't have to do this. He just if he wanted a new car, he bought it. If somebody
Right.
else wanted one, he bought it. He just did what he wanted because he had the money. And yeah, very interesting. So I hope we've enlightened some of you guys, and some if you're an Elvis fan and if you stuck around long enough. There's a lot to it, and that book is just really, I tell you, it reads like a movie. Very well written.
Again, for those who'd like to try to scoop up a copy,
Yeah,
there
if I
were a couple more from that used outlet that I got this one from. I'm not sure if they were hardcover or not, but there is
yeah
quite a difference in the hardcover and paperback
yeah
because,
the one I had is like a novel, but I mean same book, but it's like a novel,
right,
which I'm not a novel reader at all. So that's you know basically it's a true story of the years that Larry spent with him. And Larry was a hairdresser, and Larry's life and stuff is very interesting as well. You know.
definitely, which he does touch on some things of his own life, which I didn't find, boring or
No,
it was
no,
actually cool to read through too. It wasn't one of them things where you're like, oh, he's not talking about Elvis, so I'm just gonna no, it
right.
actually kept you, interested and I would like to actually read more about, him and his personal um endeavors,
Yeah,
more
we
than just Elvis, because it's cool.
definitely. So as time goes here and we move forward, I don't have the paper or the cover for it, but you had loaned me this one, so we will probably should put it right side up. We will
Yes,
definitely do a show on Mr. Farley here in time.
great,
So
great read as well.
and he was you know he was an amazing person too as well, and unfortunately had a serious drug addiction problem. Um, Elvis, the thing just sad because his was all prescribed, you know, and so
Right.
he kind of didn't see it
He
as
kind of seen right. He's seen it as well. If the doctor, like Larry said, well, if the doctor gives it to me, then it's got to be all right.
right. I mean, he got to the end there, he would just be sitting in bed eating and just falling asleep. He'd take his pills and yep, very sad. But man, what an influence he was on. I mean, when he came out with his twisting moves and his rock and roll stuff, you know, and it was very it's cool. Larry
Right. What
get
everyone's seen is, sexualized and things like that. He didn't see it like that, man. He's just out there moving, doing what came naturally to him.
yeah, and if you think about it, you know, as he came from the South, you see that in church, man. They get into it in church
Oh
down
yeah.
there, you know, praising God, jiggling around, doing that thing, man. You know,
A
so
swing.
it's certainly, but yeah, very interesting stuff. And you know, it's unfortunate with everything copyright. I would love to have shared a bunch, you know, like little clips or this or that, but when it comes to
Right.
copyright stuff, you just can't share anything because then you get, oh, it's a copyright issue and blah blah
Right.
blah. So another little cool note, if you remember, he had the bloody Beatles came over. Remember that?
Yeah, dude, that's one of my favorite parts of the book too.
Yeah,
Like
that was pretty cool.
they're all looking at Elvis like in amazement,
Yeah,
and he sitting
he's
there
like,
like, all right, guys, we got to do something here. You're all staring at me, weirding me out. We
yeah,
got to do something here. He liked John the most, I think they said, or what he tended to like John a little more than the other guy. He liked them all, but
yeah,
I think there was just something about John.
and I forget one of them went out and played pool with the other guy and hung out and
You know, they
yeah,
all
very
like to
cool.
hang out.
Hanging out. So visit Graceland. That would be cool if you go.
Oh, for real.
Man, that'd be cool to go visit for sure. Ticket information. I'm gonna just see what that is right now. While we're looking at it over there.
What a
Okay, archives. So it goes.
one for the money, two
Two
for
for
the
the
show.
show. Tree to get ready.
Yeah, you
Now don't
know.
you step on my blue suede shoes over
Yeah.
there.
It was kind of funny how that worked there. It kind of just led in,
Right.
not trying to be funny.
So there's different
Like
like 250 bucks.
tours and
Yeah, choose your option. Archives UVIP, Graceland Archives tour with expert guide. Q&A with Graceland archivist, Graceland Mansion tour with expert guide. Elvis Artifact show and tell, access to private VIP exhibit, exclusive VIP photo opportunity, commemorative VIP badge, access to EPM Entertainment Complex, access to Elvis custom jets. Wow, that'd be cool. 250 with meal. That ain't bad.
wow. You know
200.
what I just realized? I wasn't ignoring you there, but so this postcard was actually mailed to Grandma and Grandpa, and guess from who?
Uh,
I wonder if you can you read that?
I see the Warfords. I can't. I can't
Camera's
put.
not quite gonna do it. It's Lloyd, Uncle Lloyd.
Oh, okay. So what did he? Oh, so he went and visited there.
Yep, he visited. He said, visit here on, I don't know, it's kind of hard to read some of his writing. On 6:30, but I guess Elvis had left Memphis and Graceland as
Hmm.
well as the building. We'll tell you more about when I see you again.
Hmm.
Love, Lloyd, on my way to Louisiana.
Wow.
Hmm.
Yeah, that'd be really cool, man. If we can ever get there and check that out, I'll definitely get over to
June
Graceland and
30th,
check.
96. So that was in 96.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
That's
I said,
cool.
250 bucks ain't bad at all, really. To go tour
No,
through
no.
Elvis' house, I wouldn't mind doing that at all.
Shoot.
I'd be down with it. You know what I'm
Down
saying?
with it.
Down with it.
Oh, and this is another cool one for the viewers. Uh, Elvis Presley was born in this house on January 8th, 1935. This was the house he was born in.
Okay. And that's the Tupelo, Mississippi, then.
Yep.
Okay. That's sad when
Also open to the public, so that'd be cool to check out as well.
yeah, it's
Or
sad.
at least it was when this was issued.
Sad because if you remember, Larry talks about going to where he was born,
Oh, yeah, that's
wanting
right.
to do pictures and stuff, and he's like, "Wow, he didn't realize when he got there." He's like, "Man, what a what a he grew up." So you know what I almost forgot about again? POTUS tidbits and facts, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can't man be forgetting.
So we got this is the next to the
Uh,
last. We got
yeah.
Trump and Biden up next, and I'm done with that. And I wouldn't even finish it, but I'm just
I'm done
what,
with that.
just gonna finish it. And then you and I will go on to our own little tidbits and facts, kind of like what we're doing with little videos and stuff. Um,
Right on.
so the, let's see. So obviously Trump. So when I started this, it was because I was reading Bill O'Reilly's book, which I'm going to leave with you. Um, Confronting the Presidents. If you guys get an opportunity to read that, let me show you the cover here.
And I've never read a Bill O'Reilly book that I didn't like, so
Yeah, it's an amazing read and it's a quick read. I mean, you can knock it out in a day if you wanted to. Amazing history. So that being said, so he didn't finish. This came out just over a year ago. So obviously Trump and Biden hadn't finished their. Biden wasn't done, and so he couldn't finish. He did a little bit of this talk about Trump and Biden, but they hadn't finished their terms, so he couldn't really assess them, which is I get it. So I took what I could, what I could find, and did my own on Trump here, and I'll do the same with Biden. So this week, before we check out here on the Van Conant sessions, Donald John Trump, 45th and 47th POTUS from 2017 to 21 and 2025 to present. The Don was born in Jamaica Hospital Medical Center in New York, New York in 1946. Donald John Trump is 6 foot 3 inches tall, 240 pounds, and 70 years old when he was sworn into office on January 20th, 21. He will be 78 years old when he is sworn into office for his second term in 25. While this evaluation, if you will be incomplete, I'd still like to share some tidbits and facts, quote-unquote, about our current president. It would be impossible to accurately rate the Don as his term is still far from over. He will be the sitting POTUS as America celebrates her 250th birthday in the summer of 26. I can't wait. President Trump will be the second president to have served 2 non-consecutive terms, the first being Grover Cleveland. The Don is the 4th of 5 children born to Frederick Trump and Mary McLeod. His father, Fred, was a very successful real estate developer. Beginning in the 20s, Fred built hundreds of single-family houses and row houses in the Queens and Brooklyn boroughs of New York City, and starting in the late 40s, he built thousands of apartment units, mostly in Brooklyn, using federal loan guarantees designed to stimulate the construction of affordable housing. During World War II, he also built federally backed housing for naval personnel and shipyard workers in Virginia and Pennsylvania. It was later found out during the 50s, with Fred admitting before a Senate committee that he was purposely overestimating the cost of his construction projects to pocket the remaining funds in the millions of dollars. Prior to Trump's 2016 run for the presidency, he gained notoriety as a real estate developer and businessman who owned, managed, and licensed his name to hotels, casinos, golf courses, resorts, and residential properties in New York City and around the world. He also starred in the reality television series The Apprentice from 2004 to 2015, when the phrase "you're fired" became popular. He also starred in several movies and TV shows, from Home Alone 2, Lost in New York in 92, to The Little Rascals in 94, to Spin City in 98, and even Zoolander in 02. Donald Trump was
I forgot about I remember that now that you said that, but I totally forgot of that one.
Yeah, he was in quite a few of them. I only named a few. He was a graduate of the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School of Finance before becoming a well-known real estate mogul. He is also an accomplished author with 14 bestsellers under his belt. The Donald has been married 3 times, first to Ivana Trump from 77 to 92, then to Marla Maples from 93 to 99, and finally to Melania Trump from 05 to present. Donald is father to Donald Trump Jr., Ivanka Trump, Eric Trump, Tiffany Trump, and Barron Trump. The Don's siblings are Mary Ann Trump Barry, Frederick Trump Jr., Elizabeth Trump Graw, and Robert Trump. President Trump's first term election was the largest electoral college landslide for a Republican in 28 years, the most since Ronald Reagan. His first term accomplishments speak volumes: record-setting tax and regulation cuts, energy independence, $2 trillion invested in rebuilding America's military, secured our nation's borders, the list goes on. His second term started out with a bang, too. He has signed 210 executive orders, including prosecuting burning of the American flag, ending crime and disorder on America's streets, empowering common-sense wildfire prevention and response, protecting American communities from criminal aliens, restoring truth and sanity to American history, improving education outcomes by empowering parents, states, and communities, and again the list goes on. He does what he says he's going to do, or at least tries with vigor to make America and keep America great. Gas prices are dropping, the economy is stable, and growth is bound to happen under President Trump. With 3 years left in his second term, it's impossible to say what may happen before the next election. Attempted assassinations on the president have happened more than once already, and chaos abounds in some major U.S. cities. Our president is not going to stand by and allow it to happen, unlike the previous administration, which encouraged such behavior. I personally had to throw that in there. I personally have no doubt that we the people will continue to do what we can to aid President Trump through his second term. Let us all pray for America today and every day. God bless America.
America.
So we'll see what the Biden one does now. I'll have some homework to do over there.
But
You know, and
Don't
So
make it too
good.
exciting for Sleepy Joe.
Right. Yeah. Real exciting, huh?
No, don't worry, guys. I'm not getting too political.
No, we ain't doing it. Not doing it. So, listen, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Hope we didn't bore you too much. And sorry, my notes got a little screwed up there. I mean, sometimes you hold on and I accidentally scooted it and it overlapped, and I'm like, all right, I ain't trying to undo it right now. I'll probably erase it all. But I hope we enlightened some of you and chime in and let us know if you I'm sure we missed stuff. There's a lot too. There's a lot. He had quite a life. Unfortunately, died
Right.
young.
Which is why it's great to have you guys hop on so that you can fill us in on these things.
Yeah, we appreciate you tuning in again. Like I said, we're
Definitely.
growing a little bit gradually, and I'm gonna be Tina and I are gonna be heading south for the winter here shortly. So we will see what we can do. I'm gonna be at Grandpa's for some days, and it's pretty much impossible to do anything from there because when I'm there, this is what I'm doing with him.
Right.
So,
Oh yeah. Oh, I get it.
but we'll see what we can do. We'll be talking and see if we can at least share some little stuff or whatever. We'll let you know as soon as we know for sure when the next episode will be, and if you want to join us or want to talk about something, let us know. And we appreciate everybody tuning in again. So we will see you next time. If it's not in a couple weeks, it'll be from Georgia, Grovetown. So thanks again, and we will see you next time on the Van Conant Sessions. Thanks for tuning in. Peace from Hogtown.
Peace from Pack.